Cold world. Southside, can't get enough, can't get enough. East side, west side, worldwide. Ride out now.
What's going on, guys? This is Paul Revelia, and we just finished up the 2018 LA Fit Expo here in Los Angeles. I'm here with Dr. Joe Klemczewski, Dr. Joe, or Team K, whatever you want to refer to him as. And I feel like I kind of pulled you out of the Fit Expo retirement, right?
A little bit, yeah.
So what I really enjoyed, like, walking around with Joe was, you know, as Joe is such an entrepreneur now, like a business builder, brand builder, you had like a really interesting perspective. So what was your thought after not being at an expo for what, 6 years you said?
I went to the Arnold a few years ago maybe, and prior to that probably hadn't been to one in maybe 5 years. But you know, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, we even had booths at the Arnold and did quite a few. So it is fun to get back in the mix and see everybody. A lot of the same companies are there, but obviously a lot of new ones. What I think was different this time more than back then were how many individuals are here just networking, meeting, getting to know people. Back then it was just more about the supplement industry meeting customers, and now with the age of online coaching and so forth, it seems like everybody's here trying to, you know, meet people, grab a little bit more of the market share and network and have just a lot of good conversations. So I had a really good time just meeting some new people.
You know, it's funny, I noticed a shift maybe 2 or 3 years ago where the lines at the expo were no longer for the Jay Cutlers, Dexter Jacksons, the people that dominated the magazines. It was now for the people that were dominating the YouTube, the Instagram.
Yeah, exactly.
The lines were for people that I necessarily didn't even know who they were. And you know, sometimes it meant I had to go look them up and see why they had a following. So, did you notice any trends or see any people, or I mean, you probably don't pay close attention to like who's popular in the fitness genre, but did you have any thoughts on like who you saw that had?
Yeah,
like,
most of the time I just walked around and like made appointments with Paul and took pictures of his fans with him. You know, they would say, hey guy, whoever you are, and they would hand me the camera. Will you take a picture of me and Paul? So I did that most of the convention. But yeah, you know, to your point, yeah, just a lot of people here who have become very good content providers, and so they're here meeting people who know them. And it was just really interesting. I mean, I had a few people, you know, that I hadn't seen in a while that I got to chat with, but a lot of just new blood in the industry, new activity between building those kinds of relationships. And I agree. I think a lot more of the interaction was happening in the aisles, you know, between people, not necessarily in the booth. So that was fun to see.
Yeah, I think the booths are now used as like little mini meeting places. Like, oh, where are you at? I'll be at this booth.
Right.
Like, so a lot of my interactions are with clients or potential clients and say, hey, I want to meet you. Where are you? I'm working at this booth. So I go to the booth. They come out and we talk. Lauren just got here. So, you know, for my personal use, that's what the expos are for. Exactly what you mentioned. Networking, getting to see people, because you get a very condensed group of people in one spot, so you don't have to travel all around California or to see everybody.
Yeah, so a lot of the people I met, you know, even some that you had introduced me to now, you know, want to schedule some podcast interviews, things like that. So always worthwhile to get out here, guys. If you're looking to just see people, meet people like Paul in the industry, I will take your picture with Paul if you come to the Arnold this year.
We got to work on his lighting, but
yeah. I will. I'll bring some gear. I will actually have a camera pack, and I will just follow Paul around and you know, take pictures of him with his fans.
So, like,
Lauren's laughing over there.
My favorite thing about hanging out with Dr. Joe is those moments when people don't really know who he is, and I get to say, like, this is the fucking guy, you genius, that invented all this shit, that you even have an opportunity to work in this industry. So I really hope that you get to do some podcasting and this stuff, and not that you need it, but for those that aren't familiar, Joe has a fantastic brand called the Diet Doc, which is, I mean, can you give us like a rundown of like how you would describe the Diet Doc?
Well, 22, 25 years ago, somewhere around there, when I opened my first gym and started writing, I mean, my own professional bodybuilding career launched me into writing for some of the early fitness magazines, Natural Bodybuilding Fitness, even branching off into Ironman, Muscular Development, did a little bit of work for Muscle Fitness. But back then, that was almost kind of like pre-internet and definitely pre-social media.
It's kind of the only way to get
it wasn't
a market share.
It wasn't exactly like stone tablets, but it was close. So you know, that's how it all started, and that got an audience, at least in those early days, for us in my business. And when we created the Diet Doc as a brand, it was more to help general population clinicians. A lot of people who are personal trainers, maybe competitors, end up, you know, building personal training businesses and clientele, and we wanted to provide good systems for them, good curriculum. So the Diet Doc is a franchising company. We license our systems, our operation, our curriculum to people who want to become the nutrition leader in their area. So we've started more than 150 of these around the world. We have just thousands and thousands of clients who, you know, come up through our system now, through our locations all over the place.
You know, I met some of the owners of the Diet Doc, and all they do is rave about the support they get. And I'm luckily involved with Joe in other avenues, so I have your friendship and connections. So for those people that aren't that fortunate, it's nice to see the support that they get to get involved and get the right information, do things the right way. So yeah, check out thedietdoc.com, guys. It's you know, it's taking over the world basically. So I'm excited for that, and it's doing it the right way. Like, you know, there are some bad opportunities out there, and
growing.
One thing you have to always remember is you're investing in the man or the woman behind that, and there's no better investment than this. So.
We have a good team. I mean, we have medical directors, dietetics directors. My business partner, Corey Probst, is a health psychologist, Dr. Corey Probst.
We're going to see her tomorrow.
Yeah, San Diego. So, I mean, that's, I think, helpful. You can be that one-man band trying to be an island of your own, or you can have that kind of group behind you, and it creates a lot of good synergy.
Well, I'm excited. Hopefully we can get him out to the Arnold.
Planning on it.
Maybe someday a Diet Doc booth, and I'll get to stand out there and hand out Diet Doc business cards. You know,
2019.
Well, we'll see what the future holds, but he's back. So get to know him. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it from the expo.
Okay.
My man Chad got a lot of cool B-roll footage to edit up.
Trap in the dream. I had a trap in the dream, trap in the dream.
All by myself.